Okay guys, so here is the deck tech that I told you I would go over really quickly in the last video. It takes a second to load up, but I'll show you what I got going on. So the mana base is not optimized. Like I said, I have 4 Justice Sigils, so if I draw 0 Justice Sigils, then my Privilege of the Ranks work. But if I draw any Justice Sigils more than 2, I mean, it's just not going to work. But so the toolbox package, it relies on these 2 cards right here. It relies on Skyward Seer, and that relies on a Spark, and it is a worse version of Rise to the Challenge in this deck. But Rise to the Challenge is the best card in the deck. You can go search out anything. I have 1 Starsteel Daisho for the Rise to the Challenge, and then the weapons package is the Sword of the Karia and the Sword of the Karia and the Rune Hammer. So for the flying package, we have this I don't know how to pronounce it, Malat and Nakova. Spark's not really important, but if you have the combo that I was talking about in the video, so basically the first thing I usually search out is going to be a Soulfire Drake, unless I'm thinking they're running Silence. I'll search out a Soulfire Drake, and then when it dies, it gives all my other flyers haste, and the only units in the deck are flying. So that's the only thing besides Skyward Seer, but it doesn't really count as a unit in my mind. So we have this. So if you search it out with a Rise to the Challenge, it becomes a 10-8 with Aegis and Charge. So that can really end games quickly. This one's for, if you're a control matchup, or I mean, it's for like a control against the aggro or a mid-range matchup. If you actually have to get something down, you got to control the game really quickly. This is actually a highly underrated card. If I search this out, it becomes a 9-6. So it doesn't have Aegis, so it can die to like an Annihilate. But it's a really underrated card. Ikaria is obvious. There's only 1 in this list because I wanted to kind of diversify from different strategies, and I kind of just, I don't know, I want to do something different. We have Thunderstrike Dragon, which becomes, if I search it out, it'll become a 7-6 with Echo and Haste, or Charge. Sorry, I'll use Charge for Eternal lingo. And having 2 7-6 Chargers back to back like that can end the game really quickly. People will just fold to that. So, and the other flyer, besides all the big beefcakes there, well, I have Crimson Fire Maul, and then I have Valkyrie Enforcer and Valkyrie Enforcer is there for something that I need to silence really quickly. So for the control package, we have 4 Harsh Rule and 4 Lightning Storm and 4 Torch. It's kind of standard for Ikaria blue lists. And we also have 4 Vanquish, which is also kind of standard for this list. For the 2-for-1 packages, we have the Rune Hammer, which is a lot of times a 2-for-1. Wisdom of the Elders, and Privilege of Ranked. So it's really it. So if you ever have a strategize in your opening hand, you always want to tuck all your flyers, because the whole deck revolves around getting them out with Skyward Seer and Rise. So you never really want to see a flyer in your hand, especially a heavy one like this, because you can just get it right back out. And that's really the whole deck. And it's not optimized, but I think there's a lot of potential with a style like this. I might want to do another Ikaria in this list, which I could, because I mean, I have them. I mean, I got them all the way up to 4, So it's not like I'm playing them because I don't have it, but just kind of want to diversify. And the only other thing is, like, maybe I cut a random card Like maybe I cut a Vanquish and add in a Celestial Omen, or maybe, you know, I'm not really sure, because there are going to be times where I'll want to get like a Harsh Rule, you know, or I want to get something else. So maybe I'll do that, and I'll just have 9 searchers throughout the whole thing, and then just have the rest be toolbox cards. And I'm just not really sure, but highly underrated deck, and I think you in this meta specifically would find luck with this. And you can optimize it. I think if you would rather go to an Arcaria blue list, I think, you know, that'd be a good idea too. So anyway, thanks for the time, and hope you enjoyed this deck tech.